Okay.
Okay, recording started. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, I'm Fidi. I'll be chairing for today. This is BI Scrum. Today, Lilis will not come because she's taking a day off. I will chair, and Fira will be my secretary. Yeah, Fira. Okay, and
Yes, I'll be
then
the skirt.
we will start as usual with the campaign summary. Basically, in Airbnb opportunity, we're seeing a bit of a slowdown due to resource problem and also supply issue. However, we're seeing a new problem, which is streaks of cancellations due to the new policy that's been applied by the government of Bali. We're also seeing the same thing across all the campaigns. One thing to note actually is that in Facebook marketing, we are seeing a lot of inquiries, especially since the I believe the prices are set to be daily as opposed to only monthly, and this is causes some instability in the operational works of the HR team. In agent sales, there are a few agents that have been added. I believe yesterday I gave Lilis about two agents contacts that was given to me through other party source. Instagram campaign, nothing much really, but I believe that they are trying to push the properties that are still available through Instagram also. Especially, I'm also seeing this cancellation happens to the partner side where the partners suddenly open their availability because of cancellations, especially during the crucial dates of the 25th to the 1st of January. But that's the gist of the chapter campaigns. Next, we will move to our personal updates. We have Lilis with pricing strategy for 2021. We are seeing that this update is reminding Fidi to test the document, a spreadsheet that I've provided to her, whether the coding needs improvement or to be checked. Basically, this is used to adjust the rates like by bulk. Usually, we'll have to set the rate one by one, but if you put in a spreadsheet, my code is supposedly able to make the rate map quicker from the Excel sheet. And also, Carizal needs help from marketing to delete breakfast amenities for Nusa Penida property. Therefore, we can lower the price. And I believe two of the mentioned people have confirmed this one. Next, we have potential temporary supply criteria from Lilis. This is the task description is already mentioned, I believe. Sorry, I think. Wait, I missed. Okay, so marketing brings temporary partner to community, and the community has to convert potential partner to long-term partner. BI needs to provide those qualified temporary partner based on some criteria to help to match the supply and the needs of the company. And this is done by Liz, but we've not seen any more updates regarding this one. Like, what are the plans and milestones to achieve this particular task? Next, on the Thrive task, Lilith is trying to implement the community funnel. So, community is making much progress on some active activities. Things that can be improved is monitoring the progress of each final purpose of community, which is keeping up with partnership contract. So, she attached this community dashboard from VD. We will see that in a minute. I believe that today we will also revise or review our redash tools. I believe. And next, maybe before we move on to the next update, do anybody has any question regarding Lilis's updates? Maybe from the interns or Mowayan, do you have any question regarding Lilis's updates that we maybe she will watch this video or and maybe Miss Secretary can also note in Lilis's card.
Nothing from me. No.
Nothing, Sajid? Okay, thank you. All good from David also. Okay, from Naufal, everyone. Okay, good. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the next pivot, which is Fidi's pivot, helping out with finance team to settle the system. So regarding this, actually, there have been some major delay due to the constraint of the development team. However, we've already structured the um, I believe this is the technical to-do list for the development, stating like the technical aspect, how to calculate this, where do you get all this data, and also there's already the user story to help the front end developer to develop this particular tool. Hopefully, the target from product development itself is the delay will take about a week or two. So, Miss Secretary, could you add the due date to for this card to the next 2 week, and we will have to review this card again.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Secretary. Any question for this card? No.
No,
Okay.
no.
If there are none, thank you. We'll move on to the next update regarding the toolkit price pushing. So I've already provided Lilith with the template. Basically, it's an Excel sheet containing the rates, the starting date, end date. Usually, you have to input this in toolkit one by one, and then toolkit is pretty slow. But if you just add the if you use this Excel sheet, it's downloadable through this code to the code in collab.research.google.com. If you enter that and then you run the script, supposedly it can create the rate table for you. So that's a thing. And then because we already have the price pusher, combined with this, we can kind of like cut the rate creation and also the pushing time by a lot. Usually it takes like a lot of time, but this one supposedly it's quite quick. So that's one thing that's pretty new, a tool that can be used by other revenue managers. However, I for this implementation, I'm still using the hack QA, which is to modify the uh, overlapping dates manually. Well, not really manually, but the system will do it for us. But it's like a turn because according to them, they have a problem with their API. I've also reported this, and from Toolkit, they mentioned that it's already been ticketed and they have to wait from the development team to fix this. So that's a thing. Maybe because a lot of people don't really use their API, so they don't have to update it. But yesterday, I gave them a heads up. Any question for this one? None? Okay, thank you very much. And I believe this card should be labeled as Thrive, and also this one is Thrive. Can Miss Secretary help me with that? Thank you very much. And there are no updates regarding the update automating Traveloka operational because of the prioritization. The number of booking in Traveloka is still quite a bit, and then it's still few. So we kind of like put it on lower priority. Overall, there are there any questions for Vidis Pivot from anyone?
All good, Fidi.
Hey, thank you very much. If there are no question, we'll move to Fira's update. Fira?
Okay, thank you. So from my update, wait. Okay. So the page view is increasing. Basically, on the top funnel is increasing, and from the middle funnel is decreasing because I got canceled from from Villa Kanha, which is for check-in on I think December 20, and yes, the revenue is decreasing as well, and the checkouts is still one. I think the other one will check out again tomorrow. And also, we changed the strategy for the website listings to we will use the price from the last period, which is the before December 20. Yeah, Kalis suggests us to use the previous price because we think that it's not the right time to increase the the guest houses prices because yeah, we got no booking for guest houses yet, so that's why we decrease the price. And yeah, I think that's all from my updates. I will explain more about the cancellation later on the discussion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Fira. And maybe anyone has questions for Fira regarding her updates on website campaign. All good? None? Then maybe I would like to ask Fira regarding the website migration. How is it going in summary, and then like how does it affect this website campaign?
Okay, thank you. So about the migration itself, actually, we still found a lot of things that we need to improve. So like, uh, actually, I have already fixed about the footer that you have told me before,
Yep.
and it's already done. Also about the, we add more listings to the long-term page on the migration, and uh, the plan is that we will migrate at least by December 20. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's all.
All good. All good. Thank you very much for the update, Fiora. The due date of our Discord is 20th of December, with the target of, I believe, 5 reservation. Um, Chayo, how do you say it? Good luck. Ganbare.
Thank you.
I forgot what's the English for that. Yeah. Do your best for this one. And then, if there are no more questions for Fiora's pivot, we'll move on to Naufal's pivot.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, my pivot this week. So, since last week, Nadine Facebook accounts keep getting warning message from Facebook that Facebook said that we indicating violating the Facebook community standard. So after I done my research, this could lead into a feature block. A feature block could be vary depends on the violating on the Facebook community standards. And then uh, for these kind of problems, I already attach it for the specific information in the discussion. Maybe we could discuss this later on.
Yep.
And also perhaps this week, maybe I close the upper funnel marketing activities in the Nadine accounts and then pivot it into a Lily's account.
I see. Okay, thank you very much for the update, Naufal. Maybe any questions from the others or regarding this particular pivot or task? None. If there are none, maybe we'll have more discussion, I believe, in the discussion management. So we'll save it for
Mhm.
later. Thank you very much, Naufal, for the update. Next,
Thank
we'll
you.
move to David's pivot.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Chair, for my update. The first, maintain partner trust. In this week, we have our in, our payment anomalies increased by 12, and all the list is under payment, and we have settled 31 anomalies list in this week for this campaign in community. And for the tax, create a finance delegation system. I have attached the paper for the progress, and in this week, the progress is I we have with direct booking, and it's all from me, PD. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so this is the delegation paper for finance. So you've done for the direct booking one. Then you have to complete the other ones, right? The delegation system. Maybe one question from me. When do you expect to complete this delegation system of David? Do you have a due
Okay.
date for this one?
Yep. For this, we for the finance, there in this Monday we'll have a new intern, and we must done with direct booking and cases for finance trials. But for all the step, will done in my as my int as my intern. Yeah, for my it is my project too.
Okay, all good, all good. So maybe one option is to uh, put the due date for this
Okay.
particular card as your um, kind of like at the end of your intern. However, at each of the checklist, if it's possible, could you add the due date for each checklist? Coincidentally, we can't use this one, but you can just add like, oh, you want to do this by, let's say, the 12th of December, something like that. So we know when to expect the like each of the milestones to be completed? Because I think
Yep. Okay.
that will be good also for you.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, thank
Thank
you very
you.
much, David. We're going to do two updates. Any question for David's updates? None. Okay. Regarding the key performance indicator, actually, David, I would like to ask whether you have added the percentage for from each from the previous funnels. Because, for example, like number of payment anomalies is 114, and notification about payment anomalies is 60 from the 114. Can you also add the number of percentage, just like what we have in like Fira's update,
Oh,
also the campaigns update, so that we
okay.
and please make it in the same format, so that we
Oh,
know like how efficient we are we?
yep.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, PD.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you
Yep.
for
Thank you very much.
mentioning.
And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Like, what is the value for 8.33%, and so on and so forth? What is the value for 3.33.3? And then you apply it to the same to this particular one. Because if we only see
Oh,
the magnitude, we don't know how efficient are we doing. Because one of BI's role is to create an efficient system, right?
yep.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Very
PD.
well. Thank you very much, David. If there are no questions regarding David's pivot, then we'll move to Sajid's pivot. Welcome, Sajid.
Hi. Um, yeah, so as you can see, there is the introductory tasks that have been delegated to me. I started out yesterday, so I'm still in the process of going through each of the orientation material, and I will be contacting Vidhi and Lilis regarding that for further discussion. Yeah.
Okay. Any more update?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Thank you
So,
very much, Sajid. Yeah, for this one, please do complete the RM revenue management knowledge. You can see the resource in the BI onboarding program, and I believe you will also try to perform the projects, right? The project that we have, that you're planning to have. Yep. So maybe after we have a buddy pairing session, I will explain about some stuff and how to create your pivot card and so on and so forth, and we can start tracking your project. Any question for Sajid in general from everyone? None. If there are none, then we'll move to Aya's pivot.
Hello. So, as you can see, this is my card. I have the same progress as Saijit. I haven't contacted Lilis or Vidi yet. Maybe on Saturday, I think I will contact Lilis.
Okay.
That's for my.
Sure. Just a little note for Sajid and also Aya. Like some of the materials are have their own like PICs, right? Both of you can come to the same session to save time. Like just come both of you to the same in the same session. If you get it, you don't have to come alone for the session, unless if you have like
yeah.
other schedules and you can't find a matching schedule. Ever all good?
All right.
Maybe
Thanks.
any question for Aya? None. If there are none, okay. Thank you very much for the update, Aya. I believe Mr. Jing has one card here. Is Mr. Jing here? I can't see the screen. Wait, none. Okay. There was one card, and I believe there are no updates on this card, so we'll have to skip that one. And that kind of ends our personal updates. Maybe from anyone, any final thoughts regarding the personal updates or anything you would like to add or you forgot to add it in your updates? None. If there are none, then let's hear the meeting notes from Miss Secretary.
Okay, okay. I will share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Secretary.
Okay, for the updates for this week, actually from the campaign from Airbnb, it's getting slower, so as the other campaigns, most campaigns as well. And from Facebook campaign, it got a lot of VD to test the document system week well we can run the script and also to Kavidi to put the Thrive label on that task. And no update from Traveloka SLA. And from Vira, got cancellation on reservation funnel and got what is it like increasement on the top funnel. Also from Novel, the update is that Nadine's Facebook account keep getting warning message, and he has been checked on that it's because of the feature block. Yeah, and it will be discussed more on the discussion management. Also, the other updates is that to close upper funnel marketing activities and will pivot it to Kalili's account. And from David, he is maintaining partner trust, and from that one, the updates are payment anomalies increased by 12, also has settled 31 anomalies, and from the finance delegation, he has attached the paper and put just reminder to put the due date on each task and also put the percentage on each updates. From Sajid, he's currently doing the intern orientation and also will contacting Kavidi and Kalilis for discussion and pairing. And also, he can have the same session with IS as well. And also from Sajid will perform his proposed project. And from Kaya, same as Sajid, and also from Mr. Jin, there's no other updates. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Secretary. Maybe just a reminder for everyone or notification, like to notify everyone what their projects are. Maybe Sajid, can you just tell us a little bit about your project? What are you planning to do?
Yeah. So basically, my proposed project was a revenue forecasting system along with pricing methods, but mainly revenue forecasting system. So for revenue forecasting system, I proposed two main models. One being a very classical ARIMA model, and the other being a machine learning model that I explained to Vidhi and Lilis the other day. So yeah, the project is basically focused on the revenue forecasting for
Okay.
existing properties. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. So one, revenue forecasting and also potentially pricing prediction, right? Then maybe next, Aya, would you like to introduce a little bit about your project?
Okay, so my project is like on the sales campaign. I need to improve the system for the awareness, engage. What is it? And to increase the activities in the awareness, and then the next, the next, what is it? The next one, the engagement one. I need to make the system for the engagement stage. I think that one.
Okay. So Aya's project is to optimize the agent sales campaign, right? Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much to Aya and Sajid. Wish you guys all the best and wish you luck to perform your projects. And also don't forget to have fun. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Secretary, to for updating us regarding the meeting notes and also updating the meeting notes itself. Next, we will discuss a little bit of about our Um, revenue, okay. These few days, it's since the news yesterday, we were a bit confused on what to do. But at last, after going up and down from 78,000, 77,000, 79,000, and so on and so forth, we finally reached 80,000 in the month of December. This is a very huge number if you compare to like the last like 3, 5 months, or even like 7 months. This is a huge improvement. However, don't forget that our revenue target set by Lilis was 100,000, so we have 20,000 more to go. Okay, so let's say maybe let's ask I don't know, David, right? David, like, do you okay, from you, from all of you, one by one, from David, do you think that we will reach 100,000? And short reason why. Maybe David can give an answer.
Yeah, from me, I think we can, but it's more difficult when we heard the news for the swab test, right? So we just have to keep spirit to reach that. Yeah, maybe I think
Okay,
we
so
can.
in your opinion, yes, right? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then maybe to Aya.
Okay, I think we can do it if we have more supply because from before I have executed my system that I made before and I got like two inquiry about like in the New Year date, but there's no supply in that. So yeah, I think if we can improve the supply, then we can
Okay, but
achieve the target for
at the
December.
state that you're looking at right now, with our supply generation, do you think it's achievable?
mm, uh, yes, but it's hard. It's
It's
easier when we have more supply. Yeah,
interesting.
that's my answer.
Okay, thank you very much. Next to Sajid, what do you think from looking at this data?
So this 80,000 is from the 1st of December, is it?
No, yeah, this is the revenue this month. But if we look at the revenue that we generated this month is 20,000. So all the rest of 60,000, the rest of it came from like the previous months.
Oh, okay. Okay. So far we have generated 20,000, is it?
Yes, since the 1st of December, we generated 20,000, and it accumulates to 80,000 because we have also generated bookings for December, like since the previous months, right? What do you think, Sujit?
Uh, yeah, I think it's achievable, but everyone else who said about the swab testing, if that doesn't cause much of a difference in the income of, I mean, the inflow of tourists, then yes, it's achievable. We
Okay,
have 50 more.
thank you very much, Sujit.
We
Next
have 14 more
to,
days, right? 15 more.
yep, okay, thank you very much. Next to Naufal, what do you think, Naufal?
Yeah, I mean, I think 100,000. Uh, I think it's very achievable. Besides all the opportunity and threat that we will going face on later on for the next 2 weeks. If I look up based on our data, uh, Facebook marketing, for example, for each week the conversion rate is keep growing, and then the inquiries getting bigger and bigger, and then the each funnel manager achieving their weekly target. And for the next 2 weeks, I think Facebook marketing could generate for like 2,000 or $3,000 more, I think.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Uh, Fira, what do you think, Fira?
Okay, thank you. So I think I do agree with Aya because like it's really hard if we would like to achieve 100,000 because if we have more supply, I think it will be more easier And also, to see from the data, we see that each day we got like the booking pace is really dynamic, right? It can be really high, it can be slow, and it can be really slow. And also to see on the what is it the weekly sales itself. If you see from the last November, or from last month lah, it's getting slower, right? If we see that. And also, um, uh, I think if we I think we can achieve like at least 90 lah, 90, or yeah, 90
Not more
90,000,
than
I
100.
think. I'm not that optimistic for
Confident.
100, but yeah.
Okay,
But
thank
this is good though.
Okay, thank you very much. Finally, to Mo Wayan, what do you think, Mo? Can we achieve 100,000? Yes.
I would say no, because based on like how much we started and combine what normally the letters normally the less that we earn because the mostly will be occupied unless like I get ton of property and then get matched right away, but that's not is the reality most of the time. So I get a property, but sometimes it's not matched with the gas, or the gas have property but not matched with my what I bring.
Yep.
So I tried match as possible with the BI, like what the incurrent things. But as I can see, like I bring a complex of villa, I don't see any conversion in there as well. So even the one bedroom, the price is slightly above like above the market, like 1 million, but it's no goes. But I would say no.
Okay, thank you very much, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, my opinion, no. So maybe this is a little bit like it's really good to be optimistic, very good. But let's look at the data, right? We're a scientist after all, and we're that little different. We looked at we have 59,000 at the beginning of the month, and then we accumulated 20.8K since the start of December. And what date is today? It's 16th of December, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's just like what Moen said. I think this pattern is generally occurring. Think about the month as something that can be as a consumables. If you already go past that particular date and you didn't sell anything, it's gone because you can't rewind time. At the beginning of the month, this is statistics, right? At the beginning of the month, guests will have options to choose from the 1st December to 30th of December, right? But approaching the end of the month, guests will have less choice because this is already the 15th of December. Then they already only have the choice to pick a date from the 15th to the 30th. So technically, our day-to-day sales will go down as we approach the end of the month. And that's what Mr. Jin called the left and right lobe rule, because approaching the beginning of the month, the sales for the particular month will be at its peak, and then maybe in the second week it can go up a little or it can go down, but usually it's pretty much the same because we has the guests will still have a lot of choice. We always see this particular pattern going on, right? Because it's already the 15th. Technically, if we achieve 20,000 in half a month, then the rest half will be less than 20,000 because usually it will go down. So maybe it's 90, something like that, but most probably it's not 20. Although there might be some hacks or like whatever, if you sell villa for like 700,000 a night or guest house for like 100,000 a night, but then partner will leave us, right? So yeah, that kind of thing. But good optimism, but don't forget to look at the data and understand the seasonality trend level. um yeah, and also I think a lot of you guys, all of you guys realize the constraints that we have regarding supplies and so on and so forth, and that's a really good thing to do. But yeah, that's just a little extra warm up exercise maybe for also Sajid and Aya. Okay, good. So we look at the revenue, and then we also have to consider the macroeconomics and also the microeconomics, just like um, previously, I believe there will be one topic in discussion regarding the microeconomics, regarding the state of the state in Bali. But let's look at the growth. The growth here, we see that we are at minus 75.7% on year. That's of course it's a lot better than the previous year, which is but the previous month, which is 85.9, and we've climbed since 894% minus 94, and now we're at 90 minus 75.7%, and that passes our SLA, because our SLA, I believe the growth rate from month to month is 1%, I believe, or something like that. But I believe it passes the SLA for our chapter. And we look at the squad revenue growth, the last, let's say, the last 12 months. For December, it's still pretty close, but we're seeing quite an exponential graph in terms of guest houses. This is a trend that we kind of expected like a few months ago. We talked about this already. That guest houses will kind of like go up. But yeah, there are also strategies that we did to improve this thing, and then we're also seeing some sales in Nusa Penida for some reason in December. I we don't really have. I don't really know the state of Nusa Penida right now. Mo, do you have any idea like what's the state of Nusa Penida right now? Like, are there excess? I think you're muted, Mo. No, we can hear you.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I just came from Panida actually,
Yep.
and
How's things
this
there?
couple owner, it's really deadly quiet. There's only like people like do 1 day trip, use like basic a car and then get nasi bungkus. It's very cheap, per person to go there. But yeah, it's very dead. Like there's none in there. Like I went to Cendingan, I see only 2 people in the island
Wow.
that consider a tourist.
Okay,
And then I went to Lembongan, it's dead. Like everyone like farming seaweeds. Like
I see.
yeah, it's a very terrible condition actually. But if you want to travel, it's good time. Like it's very quiet. You don't need to fight on the road. Like because this road in Panida is small,
Yep.
but it's dead.
I see. Thank you very much for the info, Mo. And yeah, that's very unfortunate for Nusa Penida. Although we still see some booking, especially in region 3 in Jogja. There's an increase in and also undersupply in Jogja. However, let's look at the other indicator, which is, I believe, the content chapter. Okay, we're seeing for December, we're seeing 99% instant book rate, but this is of course the data for Tableau is not updated. I think I mentioned this that I fixed the one in Redash, but for Tableau is I don't think there are any more maintenance, because most of the inquiry converted are considered as instant books. But looking at the number of booking itself, so that's about like, so this is wrong data. We couldn't we should consider this one. The other interesting part is actually the number of cancellation rate. On December 15th, we have,
Spike.
yeah, a spike in cancellation rate. I believe yesterday, yeah, that's due to maybe the news that we have that we will discuss later. The origin map still pretty much the same. Indonesian gas is still improving, as well as the Russian gas that we also discussed previously. So yeah, 55%, and the minus here, we don't really know. I think this is the gas that we don't really know any information about regarding their origin. But we're still expecting to see a lot of domestic travel, apparently. Okay, I believe that's just a little bit. I don't think we have time to open Redash, but maybe if you guys have time, please do open Redash, because I think there are more information that is relevant right now because it's constantly updated. We have multiple dashboards containing different things. This is just a PSA, especially for the new intern. I believe that the number of the tutorial, or for the guide for business intelligence, should also include Redash as its source. So yeah, just look. Let's look at one actually. So for direct bookings, right? Because we're expecting that we have more direct bookings. What do we see here? There's an improvement a little bit in Airbnb, but it kind of like competes with Facebook. Then the value itself for Facebook is still approaching Airbnb. The density of direct booking is actually greater if we look at this particular part of the graph in comparison to the previous weeks. So direct booking, and we classified by campaigns. Okay, next, without further ado, let's move to the discussion management board. We still have about 15 or 16 minutes to discuss. Let's see what discussion do we have in the discussion management board. Okay. So we have some questions, but I think this is quite important for Naval. Do you want to reiterate your question for this one, Naval?
Yeah, thank you, Vidi. So as you guys already know, the Nadine's account already keep receiving the warning message from Facebook. The summary of it, probably we may violating or against the Facebook community standards. And then the state of the Nadine's account right now, all of the chat history were deleted. Probably we are already getting further blocked by Facebook in the messenger section. So the unfortunate things about that is we lose uh I don't know, we lose our all of our data because the inquiry itself consists of really important data, but we still be able to receive inquiries by today. I don't know if those inquiries could still be uh, recovered by Facebook. I don't know about that. So the possible cause of this kind of problems is still unknown. Facebook said they cannot provide any individual review, but after I done my analysis, the most possible cause assumption is we sending too much messages with strangers in a certain amount of time, because since last week, Nadine's account received like 300 inquiries per day, and that's so many. And then probably we posting too often in certain community groups, but I don't think this is problems because we do the same. We posting the same amount of advertisement in Lily's account, and Lily's account doesn't affect at all. And also the thread is based on Facebook community. There are some people that their Facebook account getting banned for like 30 days, and filter block maybe vary from Messenger, adding friends, posting in group, and etc. And then this is my suggestion in the number 4. Since we don't know the exact problems, this is maybe inaccurate. The first thing is all Facebook ads this week is pivoting to list account. So hopefully we could reduce the amount of inquiries this week, and then review of listing and delete or mark as sold that indicate inactive or unavailable this month. So the ads doesn't generate more unnecessary inquiries. And then for the third suggestion is deactivate Nadine's account messenger for 1 week. And then the last option is using new Facebook account. So and then the number 5 is Facebook said to avoid this kind of problems in the future, we could review Facebook community standards and then only message people that we already know, which doesn't make any sense because we sell product and people keep chatting with us, and then only send friend requests to people we know, and then we doesn't do this. And then this is the references that I use to getting know this kind of information. Perhaps since my suggestion is probably very inaccurate, perhaps you guys could help me, maybe give me some insight to what to do for this Nadine's account. I think that's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much.
Question.
Yes, Moen.
Um, for Nadine's account, like, so which is it like because we posting too too often, or because of what is the do you think the main cause, like, or because people texting us, because it doesn't make sense, because we sell product, like, for example, if I pay ad, like, big amount of ads, like a lot of people will come to me, like, if Facebook didn't give me like the access to people to accessing what is it for I paid you, like, or maybe have the regulation of that, oh, you haven't paid anything and you have guessed this much, you should pay something. So I think we need to understand about more about the Facebook, because this doesn't make sense for me, because we're not reaching them, they reach us, and then we just replay what they need to us, right? Am I
Exactly.
correct?
Yes,
Exactly.
correct.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense for me.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense for me too.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like Mo Wayan said. At first, I thought that it was because of posting, right? But then, when you said that the number of posts that we made in Lily's account and Nadine's account is practically the same,
Mhm.
um, then the other option is regarding the message sending. But again, just like Mo Wayan, I agree. It doesn't make sense, because if we're selling something, of course strangers are gonna inquire to us, right? And actually I have one question to Naufal, regarding what you mentioned. Facebook said this, Facebook said that. Did you ask Facebook directly, or do you read from these articles in the references?
I I read it in the article, and there are some people protesting about this also, and then they say that like they cannot provide any individual reports for it.
I see. I see. Is it still is it possible to like contact like the support for Facebook, just like how we contact Airbnb supports?
I don't know about the support, but Facebook providing some article I read. If you experience this kind of this kind of problems, you could let us know.
Yeah.
Facebook said this like
If you
you
click on this link, what happens?
basically it just give the Facebook feedback. We're not contacting to them.
I
We
see.
just giving them feedback. It's like a bug report.
Yep, yep. It's like back report, but it
Yep.
usually it will be ticketed basically. Do you
Mm,
think you can try to send also this one? Although I'm quite pessimistic with this one.
I think
Yeah,
it's a good idea. Just take them in the like public thing, like for example Twitter. Hey, I have this problem. It's odd. I'm paying an ad, but this is what I got. Even though, like, it doesn't
yeah.
make sense for me. Like, just I think in Twitter there are, because in public some people like want manage their reputation. So if it like privately, normally like a bit slow. But I have experienced uh, basically floor your problem in the public. Some people will be responded
Yeah,
like,
because it's more like a system flaw, right? More, it doesn't make sense if we pay for ads and then they ban us
yeah,
because
it doesn't
we
make
have too many
sense. Like,
inquiries. That's it.
even I don't like do marketing that much. I'm just normal person. It doesn't make sense. What I'm paying for, if I cannot replay my guest, you just replay. I don't read them out. Like, it's different story than like what I heard. Like, if we reach them out, that is spam. I agree. Like,
Yep.
sometimes I give a link to like a bunch of people. I agree, but I'm just in this case, we just replay the message of the people that reach us. It's not we, reach them.
Yep. 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 That
Yeah,
that
it
that
makes sense.
actually, yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Oh, what do you think, Naufal? Like, do you think you can do that?
I can try sending Facebook messages about our experience, our bad experiences. Maybe I agree with you, Vidi. It's like a system flaw. This supposed to be not to be happen to us, but yeah, I'm try. I will try
Okay.
contacting.
And also, just to ask, like, regarding this particular campaign, you have a documentation regarding the practices of Facebook, right?
Mhm.
Could you have you also added this issue, so that maybe in the future, in case that it's not fixed, we know what to do? For example, like your suggestions here, I think is pretty good. Like, um, pivoting or reviewing old listing and deleting or mark as sold to indicate inactive or unavailability that could help to prevent this kind of issue if this is not resolved after you contact Facebook or something.
Yeah, of course I do. I
Yep,
can.
yep, yep. Okay, thank you very much. Maybe from others, do you have any suggestions or comments regarding this one?
Okay, I think for me,
Yep, sure.
I think about this issue for so yeah, I do agree with Mbak Wayan and Kak Vidi that we have to contact the Facebook first. But I think Novel need the what is it the solution about this. I think to make new account and pivoting to Catalyst, would it be a great idea? I mean, like um, we're not only using Catalyst account, but also make new account so that the same thing not happen to Catalyst account. What do you think?
Yep, yep, yep. I agree. That's very true.
Aku mau tambahan dong.
Yep, Moen.
Di Facebook Nadine kan udah lumayan tuh apa namanya engagement sama audiens kita. Nah mungkin kayak apa ya? em, Pas kita posting mungkin kita tempat post aja, bilang aja Facebook not allow me to get a message a lot. Please, if you interested on this, please go to this number directly gitu.
Yep.
Instead of message me on Facebook. Bisa juga sih.
Dimasukin kontaknya ya berarti ya.
Ya, jadi itu ICR harus ada agreement siapa yang akan ngurus itu gitu.
Oke.
Jadi kita masih bisa jalan, cuman karena sekarang ini yang aku based on what I understand from a novel apa namanya explanation itu karena kita banyak interaksi sama stranger, oke. Cuman untuk solusi sementaranya sih
Oke.
stated aja di Facebook gitu. Pas posting, hey, I'm posting this, but at the moment I'm still struggling to fix with Facebook. If you send me a message on Facebook, I will not get the message because Facebook like block my messenger. Please contact to this number, otherwise I will not get your message. So people will be, oh, okay, will be clear where to go. Yeah.
Yep, yep. Understood. Yeah, just confirming Naufal. When posting this ads, do we also attach our contact number for air
Yes.
support? Yes,
Yes.
right. Okay, maybe for this one regarding the post, what do you guys think? Any other any objections to this idea from the others? If none, then maybe my suggestion is only to consult with Nadine as the account owner whether it's okay for her to like post that one. But I think yeah, Moya is correct. There are inquiries that are still left unanswered, and that could that will mostly be lost. But if you can salvage some of the questions then and redirect them to WhatsApp, then that's gonna be good. But yeah, so regarding this issue, I believe that you already have an idea of what to do, added with what Wayan and also the others mentioned. Are there still anything that you're confused about, Novel?
I think that's clear enough. I have to discuss more this about with Lilis also. I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Novel.
Thank you,
Very
Mr.
good,
Chair.
very good. Thank you for figuring out this issue. I believe that this kind of issue actually makes us like give us more experience because I believe we haven't seen this kind of thing. And 300 inquiries in the last week, that's crazy. Nice, thank you very much. Then we'll move on to maybe the next topic. Okay, I believe this one is already done. And then Lilis has a paper regarding potential partner criteria. Let's look at it for a bit and let's see if there are some things that can be discussed. Okay, this is what Lilis mentioned. I believe she only wants to show this to us regarding rating qualification. There are some criteria regarding transaction, communication, availability, pricing flexibility, guest satisfaction, management type. These this potential property criteria are used to use so that we match the supply and also demand as well as the potential to become our long-term partner. Let's have attached the qualifications and also the sample property related to the criteria. If it's possible, maybe let's have everyone check this property out, check this document out, and give suggestions and also ideas regarding this because we have to kind of like read this particular paper first, right? let's give Lily some idea if there are something that you think that it's good idea for us to have this kind of um, partner criteria. I'll attach the link to the chat so that you guys can also review it later. But for the meantime, maybe Fira, for that one, please write that everybody will review that paper and maybe give comments. Yeah. Okay, if that's settled, we still have 1 minute. I think this one is important. So I motion to extend the meeting by 5 minutes. If everyone's okay with that. That's five
Cool.
minutes extension. Then we'll move on to the topic that is brought up by Fira. I believe that Fira has attached, just to make it short, like Fira has attached the rule. Maybe Sujit, there's a document in the channel. It's in Indonesian. Sorry, but it states that people coming to Bali should perform swab test, and that's why we suspect that this is the cause of huge cancellations. So, Fira, would you like to explain a little bit more what you've written here?
Okay, okay, thank you. So about this, yeah, we all know that there's a new regulation about swab test before we get into Bali, right? And also about the direct booking, we have the previous agreement that guests cannot cancel their direct booking. But I got a cancellation actually, one cancellation because the guest is tested positive for COVID-19. And about this, actually, we are a bit confused before, and I asked Kanadin, and Kanadin told me to refund only based on agreement with owner. So what my question in here is that should we make a new cancellation policy due to COVID-19, or we will just need to discuss with owner about the refund? Yeah, or the other option is that we still stick to our uh, past requirements that we can do any cancel or refund. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Fira. For that one, anybody has any suggestions for this one?
Apa dok?
Yeah. So, anybody has any suggestions
Oh,
for this one regarding the cancellation policy?
minute aku masih di BI. Yeah.
Okay, Naval, maybe. What do you think, Naval?
Yeah, I think we have to review it based on what type of transaction is it is it from the direct booking or from Airbnb or from booking.com, and then from that we have to review what is the policies when they book the properties. Is it refundable or not? And from that we could make a fair uh, fair 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 with the guest itself, I guess.
Okay, guess and also partner, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Naval. Yeah, maybe anybody else?
Aku Len, soalnya aku mau ke discussion sama marketing.
Oh yeah, yeah, all good, all good, all good. Thank you very much, Mawayan. Yeah.
I just want to
Anything to
add
add? Yeah.
on the Vira's
Yep.
question. That one, I think for the OTA, just following
Cancellation
OTA
policy.
cancellation policy. I believe for the direct guest, we have like non-refundable. But if the guest asking for refund, we need always check with the owner,
Yes.
because we are here in the middle. We don't want like to, of course we want the guest happy as well, but we want our partner happy. If the partner happy to give a full refund, and then that's up to them. So we're in the middle here.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I think that's what I can say regarding the cancellation policy, and I need to leave
Okay.
to the next.
Thank you very much, Mawayan. All
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. I agree. But maybe Novel, do you have any? Oh, Vira just saw ya. Vira ya, raised her hand. Do you have anything to add, Vira?
Oh, no, actually, I just want to answer Carnival's
Yep.
comment about, yeah, it's actually for direct booking only.
Direct
I
booking.
confused for
Correct.
this one. Yes, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
That's all.
So, anybody else wants to comment on this? None. If there are none, yeah, for me, I completely agree with Mawayan regarding this. We will only talk about direct bookings, right? For direct booking, first refer to the contract made. However, if the guest kind of like, of course, because if the reason is due to like COVID, they got positive COVID-19, maybe we will try to help, right? We will try to help to communicate with the owner, and we will try our best to negotiate also on both guest and owner side. What's the best one? You don't actually have to, for example, like if it's not full refund but only partial refund, is it okay or not with the guest and so on and so forth? Is it okay with the owner or not? But please coordinate, because of these extenuating circumstances. Please always communicate with owners so that there are no misunderstanding and so on and so forth. However, if the cancellation reason is not because they got positive COVID, but like for example, like okay, there's a new policy. Please, I want to refund. Uh, that's in a lower priority. I think we can think of it like they can actually test and then just come here, right? But if they got positive corona, then I also we also have to like feel the empathy, because of course we want to inspire delight to everyone, our guests and also our partners. So in this kind of situation, because we're in the middle, just like Mawayana said, try to communicate the best we can to both partners and also guests. So regarding partner side, usually for the new interns, usually we will regarding prices and so on and so forth to the owner side. Usually the revenue manager or business intelligence, we will talk to the partner, and to the guest side, usually our reservation team will help with to talk with the guest side. Um, that's the most mostly that's the case. So I believe that's it for the. Do you have any more confusion, Fira?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I have a little bit to ask,
Yeah.
because about the, what is it, the refund, about refund. Do you think we should set the percentage of the refund, or we need to ask the, what is it, the owner, just ask the owner, or
Still
it's
ask the
all.
owner, but
uh,
first, just like what I said, let's try to get partial refund first if it's still possible. Like for example, like at the beginning, we tell to the guest like, we'll ask the owner for partial refund,
mm,
and then if
okay, okay.
the guest is okay with that, then we can still negotiate back. But still, it's not saying that we will give partial refund, but we said that we will try to ask for partial refund. Let's say.
Okay, okay,
check
okay.
check first with the guest whether they're okay with partial refund or full refund, and then whatever their answer is, then we go to the owner.
Oh, okay, okay,
Okay,
okay, okay. Thank you.
noted. Yeah, thank you very much, Vira. I think that's it for the discussion. Just a little bit of PSA regarding this one service request form for BI. So this is actually stands um, for example, like sometimes BI do things, right? Lilis and I feels like we did a lot of things, but we kind of like forget what we did because, for example, like people held meeting with us to ask about this consultation and so on and so forth, and we forget about it, and then we feel like we didn't do anything, but actually we do some things, right? What happens now in product development? We actually have a bug and also feature requests. All things that are related to features and also bugs are classified there, and product development will process them to their board, for example. Now, let's try to apply this to BI. For example, like if people ask for data, please fetch me data from this source and so on and so forth. They can request to business intelligence to provide the data for them. Even better if you can provide a dashboard or visualization for them through VDash. So that's our task as a data scientist, for example. And if for consultations, maybe some of the funnel managers are feeling that they are not performing well, and their particular funnel, and then they will request for oh, let's have a pairing regarding this one. They can ask through this, but what is the consequence? If the consequence of asking through this particular board funnel is that BI should be able to provide answers to them and solutions, right? Because and it's documented, so we're able to have more visibility of what BI's operational is doing, as opposed to just because usually maybe people feel quite comfortable asking requests to Lilis or me or any other BI members, so they just ask like through like hey, please help me to do this, and then we don't know what we did because we can't remember, but we feel like we did a lot, but it's not documented. But overall, I'm seeing a good response for this one in product development. Let's see how it go in BI. I will first integrate this into a single board for BI request, and also create a form such that if the form is submitted, it will automatically be enlisted as a card in our BI request Trello board. So that will be a thing. I will try to automate it by this week. Yeah, this week. Okay. Last week I told David I will do it this week, but apparently I just did it this week.
2 weeks ago, you told me you.
2 weeks ago now. And now the chat data is gone.
RIP, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, Raval. Okay, now Sajid is here, yeah. Sajid can help me with the coding stuff. Oh my god, RIP data. Gone. Please fight for that data back, Noval, so that we can do it. Okay. Thank you very much for everybody, actually. Don't worry, and welcome to Sajid and also Aya for coming to BI. Let's help each other out. David, Naval, thank you very much. And also Vira, thank you also Sajid and also Aya. I will stop the recording now, yeah. So maybe because